Terbuka ini suara ini. Anu saja, mute saja. Mute.
Eh, oh, matikan tidur. Ini kayaknya. Tes satu.
Ada bocor, ada bocor.
Tes satu. Tes satu. Tes satu. Kedengaran suara saya?
Iya.
Oke. De Haidar.
Halo,
eh,
iya, iya Kak.
ya, linknya masih dibuka deh ya.
Ah, iya, iya Kak, masih terbuka juga.
Ya ya. Oke. Boleh saya share screen deh Haidar.
Oh iya, iya.
Jiwa raga
Indonesia is the most beautiful land in the universe. The land where we were born. The nation where we grew up. So many colors that live together in peace. With a million timeless treasures. With an abundance of natural wealth. Indonesia is not just wonderful. Indonesia is a wonderland.
Kota baru dunia Bamega Bamega Bamanaku di Salakara Bamanaku di Salakara Batamu lawanlah Adinda Adinda iman di dadara Samalayang iman di dadara Samalayang sayang sayang si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang 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 si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang sajojo sajojo yumadam komi sabapari samuna muna muna keke samuna muna muna keke Soleram, 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 anak yang manis, anak manis, janganlah dicium, sayang kalau dicium, merah pipinya, kampungan jauh di mata, gunung sampai baku lilian, takkan juga kawan-kawan lamu, sangkai kasur yang suria.
Mas Rifan.
Jantung hati saya, jantung hati tuan ada di kampung. Tak lelo, 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 ledo. Sak menang, ojo pijar nangis. Anakku sing ayu rupane. Dadi abane kare bangsa.
Proklamasi kami bangsa Indonesia dengan ini menyatakan kemerdekaan Indonesia. Hal-hal yang mengenai pemindahan kekuasaan dan lain-lain diselenggarakan dengan cara saksama dan dalam tempo yang sesingkat-singkatnya. Jakarta, 17 Agustus 1945, atas nama bangsa Indonesia, Soekarno, Hatta.
Kita ini mudah-mudahan bisa lancar ke depannya. Saya juga sudah berkomunikasi dengan izin Bapak dan Ibu semua. Insya Allah kita akan memulai kegiatan ini 10 menit ke depan. Finally white. Eh, Selamat datang Ibu Dr. HABSAH bin Muhammad SABLI from Politeknik Mukah Sarawak, Malaysia.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, dear doctor. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, and warm regard from the leader of graduate program Universitas Negeri Makassar. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
So the event will be opened in 5 minutes next. Kindly wait, ladies and gentlemen. Pak dan Ibu semua izin mengingatkan untuk mengingat registrasinya. Jadi mohon diingat untuk mengisi link yang mungkin didapat setelah ditemukan dari yang di-share-share. Mohon izin untuk tetap mengisi registrasi yang telah kami kirimkan. Dan the certificate will be sent automatically after this international public lecture, ladies and gentlemen. IPL will be begin in 3 minutes. Ibu Bunda Dr. Herlina tadi sudah registrasi, Ibu. Sudah registrasi, saya tadi yang registrasi. Uh, Welcome, my dear Professor Fides de Castillo from Philippines.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear Professor. Thank you so much for accepting for this invitation and welcome to the graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar.
Anytime, Professor. Thank you also for the invitation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You look very beautiful now, dear Professor.
Thank you.
The IPL, I think, is begin. I give to the Master of Ceremony to open this.
Baik, mohon izin untuk memulai Bapak Ibu. Well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we begin, I'd like to extend a special welcome to our distinguished guests, the Excellencies, Director of Universitas Negeri Makassar, Professor Dr. Kartajaya D. MSN, the Honorable the Vice Rector 1 for Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Andi Aslinda MSE, the Honorable the Vice Rector 2 for General and Financial Affairs, Professor Dr. Insinyur M. Ihsan Ali MT, the Honorable the Vice Rector 3 for Students Affairs and Alumni, Dr. Arifin Manggau SPD MPD, the Honorable the Vice Rector 4 for Planning and Cooperation Affairs, Professor Dr. Syahruddin MKes, the Honorable the Director of Graduate Program Universitas Negeri Makassar, Professor Dr. Sabto Haryoko MPD, the Honorable Deputy Director for Academic and Students Affairs, Dr. Wahira MPD, the Honorable Deputy Director for General Affairs and Finance, Dr. Insinyur Agus Salim Jirong MT, the Honorable Coordinator for Cooperation and Publication, Professor Dr. Romansyah Sahabuddin MSc, the Honorable Deans and Vice Deans of Universitas Negeri Makassar, and we also warmly welcome all faculty members, academic leaders of Universitas Negeri Makassar, students and participants from around the world present today. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all attendees joining us from various parts of the world. Welcome to the International Public Lecture organized by Program Pascasarjana Universitas Negeri Makassar with the theme Education for Sustainable Development, Preparing the Next Generation. And we are truly honored to have you all with us today, distinguished speakers and participants from across the globe. My name is Dr. Vivit Rosmayanti, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for today's event. Well, before we begin, allow me to guide you to our program, since this event will be held virtually. So I kindly remind everyone to stay muted unless called upon. Please use the chat box for questions. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today's lecture. First, we have Dr. Engineering Neyara Radwan from the Industrial Engineering Department at Al-Mariva University, King of Saudi Arabia, and the Mechanical Department of Suez Canal University, Egypt. Next, we also welcome Fides del Castillo, Ed.D. from the Salle University, Manila, Philippines. We are also joined by Dr. HABSAH binti Muhammad SABLI, Head of Research, Innovation, and Commercialization Unit at Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. And finally, we have Dr. Ahmad J. OBAID from the University of Kufa, Iraq. To start, let's listen the national anthem of our participating countries, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Iraq. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your position.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
موطني قد عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الملك للعلم والوطن.
سارعي للمجد والعلياء، مجدي لخالق السماء.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
موطني قد عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الملك للعلم والوطن.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bangaw, ay hinagang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Luma ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga akin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
الجلال والجمال والثناء والبهاء في رباط الحياة والنجاة والهناء والرجاء في هواء هل أراك سالما منعما وغانما مكرما سالما منعما وغانما مكرما هل أراك في علاك تبلغ السمات موطني يستقل أو يبيد نستقي من الردى ولن نكون للعدا كالعبيد لا نريد ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا لا نريد بل نعيد مجدنا الذليل موطني الحسام واليرى لا الكلام والنزاع رمزنا وعهدنا وواجب إلى الوفا عزنا غاية تشرف وراية ترفرف غاية تشرف وراية ترفرف يا هنا في علاك ظاهرا عدا موطني الجلال والجمال والسناء والبهاء في رباط الحياة والنجاة والهناء والرجاء في هواك هل أراك سالما منعما وغانما مكرما سالما منعما وغانما مكرما هل أراك في علاك تبلغ السمات موطني
Okay, thank you for the anthems. Now we will hear the committee reports from organizing committee, and please welcome Dr. Andi Asrifan. Time is yours.
Distinguished and the
Tolong
excellencies.
tugasnya dikumpul, terutama yang sudah.
Distinguished and the excellencies, Rector of Universitas Negeri Makassar, Vice Rectors of Universitas Negeri Makassar, the directors and the Vice Director of Graduate Program of Universitas Negeri Makassar, the Deans and the Vice Deans of Universitas Negeri Makassar, the Honorable Speakers, esteemed guests, participants and colleagues. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please be open us all. Good day from Makassar. It is great pride and a sense of fulfillment that I stand before you today to deliver this report as a chairman of organizing committee for the International Public Lecture. Actually, this event hosted by the graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar carries the theme Educational for Sustainable Development, Preparing for the Next Generation. The subject of critical importance for our global educational landscape. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Rector of Universitas Negeri Makassar for the unwavering support and guidance provided throughout the preparation for this event. Your leadership has been instrumental in ensuring that this event takes place smoothly and successfully. Next, I would like to take a moment to introduce and express our appreciation for the 4 distinguished speakers who have joined us from various parts of the world to share their expertise with us. The first, Dr. Engineering Neyara Radwan from the Industrial Engineering Department of Al-Mayarfa University, King of Saudi Arabia, and Mechanical Department of CU Egypt. The second, Dr. Fides del Castillo from the Salle University, Manila, Philippines. The third, Dr. HABSAH BINTI Muhammad SABLI, who has a head of the Research, Innovation, and Commercialization Unit at the Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. And the last, my dearest brother and Professor Dr. AHMED, from University of Kufa, Iraq. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored to have such accomplished scholar with us today. Their diverse perspective and expertise will significantly enrich our discussion, providing us with a broader understanding how education can play a pivotal role in shaping a sustainable future. Allow me now to briefly outline the objective of and the preparation for this international public lecture hosted by a graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar. The main objective of this event is how we bring together expert, scholar, and student to discuss and explore the role of education in promoting sustainable development. We hope to foster a deeper understanding of the challenges we face globally and how educators can prepare future generation to address these challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, the planning of this event and the preparation for this event have been underway for just 2 weeks. Alhamdulillah. And with the organizing committee made up faculty member, administrative staff, and the student volunteer has worked tirelessly to ensure that every aspect of this lecture is conducted smoothly, from selecting the speaker to preparing the logistic. And we have also implemented both in person and virtually participation option to accommodate attendee from across the globe, further emphasizing an international nature of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to organizing committee for their hard work and dedication. Without their collective effort, this event would not have been possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to report that we have received an overwhelmingly positive response from the participants. A total of more than 400 participants who have registered for this event, including students, educators, researchers, and professionals from various institutions, both locally and internationally. This high level of participation is a reflection of the global importance of the theme and the strong interest in advancing education for sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, we are confident that today's lecture will provide a valuable insight into the role of education in addressing the pressing challenges of sustainability. By the end of this event, we hope that participants will have gained a deeper understanding of how they, as educators, how they, as a professional, can contribute to creating a more sustainable and equitable future for all. In closing, I would like to once again thanks and our honor to our speakers today for their invaluable contribution, the participants for their spirit, and the organizing committee for their hard work. I would like also to thanks again to the rector of Universitas Negeri Makassar, the leadership of Universitas Negeri Makassar, to the director and the vice director of the graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar for their continued support of initiatives like these, which are critical in pushing the boundary of knowledge and the global collaboration. With that, I formally present this report, and I wish all the productive and insightful day of learning and discussion. Thank you so much. Nasru minallah wa fatul qarib wa bashir mu'minin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the report.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, now it's my great honor to invite Rector of Universitas Negeri Makassar. On this occasion, will be represented by Professor Dr. Romansyah Sahabuddin MSE to deliver the official welcome and opening remarks. Please, dear Professor.
Prof, suaranya nggak kedengaran.
Oke.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The Excellence Rector of Makassar State University, Professor Dr. Kartajaya-D MSN, the Honorable Vice Rector 1 for Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Andi Aswinda MSc, Vice Rector 2 for General and Financial Affairs, Professor Dr. M. Iksan Ali MT, Vice Rector 3 for Student Affairs and Alumni, Dr. Arifin Manggau MPD, distinguished speakers, esteemed guests, colleges, and students. Good morning, good day from Indonesia. On behalf of the graduate program at University Negeri Makassar, it is my great pleasure to welcome you this international public lecture. We are honored to host this virtual gathering centered around the vital theme of education for sustainable development, preparing the next generation. As we come together today, we are reminded of the critical role that education plays in shaping a sustainable future. It is through education that we can empower the next generation with the knowledge, skill, and values needed to address the complex challenges of our time, from climate change and environmental degradation to social inequality and economic instability. All of them reflects a shared commitment to integrating sustainability into our level of education, ensuring that our effort today contribute to a better and more equitable world tomorrow. We are privileged to have with us a distinguished panel of speakers who are leading voice in this field. Dr. Engineering Neyara Radwan from Industrial Engineering Department, Al-Marefa University, KSA, and Mechanical Department, SCU, Egypt. The second, Fidel de Castillo, Ed.D, de la Salle University, Manila, Philippines. And the next, Dr. HABSAH BINTI Muhammad SABLI, Head of Research, Innovation, and Commercialization, Unit Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. And Dr. Ahmad J. OBAID from Department of Computer Science Faculty of Computer Science and Mathematics, University of Kufa, Najaf, Iraq. Their insight and experience will provide valuable perspective on how education systems around the world can adapt to meet the demand of sustainable development. Expertise with us and to all participants for joining us in this important dialogue.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Romansyah Sahabuddin.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Romansyah Sahabuddin, for your inspiring words. To enlighten the atmosphere, we will now enjoy a creative dance performance presented by UKM Seni dan Budaya of Universitas Negeri Makassar.
Beredar. Beredar. Beredar.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful performance. Well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the main session, we will now begin our virtual photo session. Please turn on your cameras and get ready to take a group photo. And for your information, here we have 11 slides to capture. So we'll start the first photo from slide 1. Slide 2. Slide 3. Slide 4. Okay, so 5 slides. Okay, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the photo session. We will now move on to the main event, a public lecture. We kindly ask for your full attention and we welcome Dr. Andi Asrifan, who will be leading the session. Dear Dr. Andi Asrifan, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from different parts of the world. Welcome to the International Public Lecture on Education for Sustainable Development, preparing the next generation. This event is hosted by the graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar, and we are delighted to have you all here virtually with us today. My name is Andi Asrifan, and I'm honored to be your moderator for this important event. Today, we are gathered to discuss and explore how education can drive sustainable development and prepare the next generation for the face global challenges. We are thrilled to have a distinguished panel of experts who will share their knowledge and also insight for this crucial topic. Ladies and gentlemen, so each of our speaker will present their insight for 30 minutes, including a question and answer session, where you and our audience will have the opportunity to ask the question and engage directly with our expert. Please feel free to type your question in the chat box, and we will address them during the discussion segment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today for the first lecture today. The first, we have Dr. Engineering Neyara Radwan from the Industrial Engineering Department of Al Marefa University, King of Saudi Arabia, and the Mechanical Department at the Swiss Canal University, Egypt. Assalamu alaikum, my dear sister. MashaAllah. Thank you. Thank you so much for accepting of our invitation.
Thank
How
you
are
so
you?
much. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum
First of
salam.
all, I would like to thank dear brother, Professor Dr. Andi Asrifan for his invitation. It's my pleasure and honor to be your guest today. I would like also to thank the organizing program, and I would like to thank Professor Dr. Ramencia and all the organizing members, respected organizing members, as well as all the audience. Thank you all. It's my pleasure and honor to be your guest today. I'd like to say greetings to all for Indonesia and all their good people. Greetings from Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Actually, I'm Egyptian, although I'm working in Saudi Arabia, but I'm also belong to the mechanical department, the Faculty of Engineering in Suez Canal University in Egypt. So greetings to you all from Egypt and Saudi Arabia. It's now 9:50 a.m. in Saudi Arabia. So good morning and good afternoon for all. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Actually, you prepare a wonderful introduction. I like the flags for each country, although you forget to put my country flag, Egypt flag. But thank you so much. I appreciate your hard efforts, really.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, I will share my slides. I think you can see in
Yes,
the
that's
full
visible.
slide.
Visible.
Yeah.
Visible. Yes.
Thank
Would you
you.
like to try to move? Okay, let's move.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful topic. Actually, education for sustainable development is one of the important topics in the world, all the world today. Let me please speak about what the meaning of sustainable development first, then I will focus about education sustainability. First of all, what the meaning of sustainable development? Sustainable development is a model of development that we can maintain and support. So it's about shared long-term vision, holistic vision that countries have agreed upon to be the best path forward for improving the lives of people everywhere. Sustainable development promotes prosperity and economic opportunity, greater social well-being, and protection of the environment. So I can conclude that development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. We can conclude sustainable development in this statement. As a United Nation mentioned that there are 17 sustainable development goals as we see in the screen. Each one is very important for any country. But for all these 17 sustainable goals, there are key elements of each one. As we see in the figure that the key elements of sustainable development goals are 3 key elements. The first one is economic growth. The second one is social inclusion, and the third one is environmental protection. This is the key elements for any of these 17 sustainable development goals. The 17 sustainable development goals are interconnected with each other. This is very important to understand that. So when we are working to improve any of these goals, we have to work in all of them because all of them are interconnected. The global indicator framework includes specific targets and indicators for each goal. So when we find or when we study any of sustainable development goals, we will find for each of these 17 goals, we will find specific targets as well as specific indicators. What is education for sustainable development? Let me describe the meaning of education for sustainable development. Education for sustainable development is defined as developing knowledge, values, skills, and behavior to create a sustainable world. This is the meaning of education for sustainable development. Actually, it is important to note that it is not education about sustainable development, but it's education for sustainable development. We can conclude that education for sustainable development terms is the education that fosters innovation and also to advocates global citizenship. It's about delivers sustainable economic growth, as well as teachers responsible, as well as, for example, reminds us continuously that we have only one planet. It belongs to all its inhabitants equally, and that we have oversubscribed the resources beyond what is rightfully ours. It's about teachers' responsible consumption and production. Also, it's about empowers one to claim and respect equality, peace, and social justice. Also, it's about builds the knowledge and skills to create a sustainable world for everyone. So this is what is simply the term is education or the education for sustainable developments. It's the terms for that. Although all the 17 sustainable development goals is very important for all of us, but please let me today to focus about sustainable development goal number 4, which is quality education. The United Nations mentions that SDG 4 or Sustainable Development Goal number 4 It's about ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all by 2030. So by 2030, we have to get or to maintain or to reach all the requirements for these goals. Let me first explain why I choose Sustainable Development Goal number 4. Why I didn't choose to speak about Sustainable Development Goal number 1 or 2 or from 1 to 17. Why only I will focus today about SDG 4. If I have time, actually, I will speak about all of these goals. But from my view, as I am, professor for more than 20 years, I prefer to speak about Sustainable Development Goal number 4 because it is connected, as we said, for all goals. And if we achieve its requirements, we can achieve all the other goals. So let me conclude why Sustainable Development Goal number 4 is important, is very important, actually. This is because education equips individuals to address global challenges like climate change and the health crisis, fostering greener economies and more resilient communities. Also, Sustainable Development Goal number 4 promotes inclusive education, helping to combat gender discrimination, increase women's participation in decision-making, and drive social and economic development. Also, education is the foundation of sustainable development, essential for economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability, while also helping to reduce poverty, which is Sustainable Development Goal number 1, the first goal, improve health, and drive innovation. I can also say that access to quality education enables individuals to improve their economic prospects, to secure better paying jobs, and to uplift communities by breaking the cycle of poverty. Another important key is providing quality education to all, regardless of social economic background, reduce inequalities by fostering social mobility and ensuring equal opportunity for diversity. We can say that also Sustainable Development Goal number 4 encourage lifelong learning, helping individuals adapt to changing labor markets, technological advancement, and social shifts, while maintaining relevant skills and enhancing employability. And finally, we can say that quality education promotes peace and stability by encouraging demonstrative participation and human rights and addressing the root causes of social tensions and inequalities. So we can conclude that Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is education quality, is central to achieving sustainable development, as it directly impacts human well-being, economic growth, and social equality. By investing in education, all countries, can build a more just, equitable, and prosperous future for all. So this is why I focus today about Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality of education. The United Nations puts the targets and the means for Sustainable Development Goal number 4. They put 7 targets as well as 3 means of implementation. We'll go quickly for these targets and those means of implementation. The 7 targets, as we see in the figure, that it's about what the meaning of targets and means. This is the way, this is the guides, how the United Nations guides us to reach what we need from education, how to reach the high quality of education. They guide us that we have to reach these targets as well as these means of implementation. The targets are universal primary and secondary education. It's about early childhood development and universal pre-primary education, as well as equal access to technical and higher education. It's also about relevant skills for decent work, as well as gender equality and inclusion. It's also about universal youth literacy, as well as education for sustainable development and global citizenship. This is the 7 targets for expected outcomes from SDG 4. There are 3 means of implementations, which are effective learning environments, scholarships, and teachers and educators. What we mean by a means of implementation, if you want to get the expected outcomes, you have to work in this implementation. You have to work about scholarship. You have to provide more scholarships for qualified students, and as well as you have to support teachers and educators, as well as about effective learning environments. Now, let us focus about education sustainability. Education sustainability, it focuses about many cases. It's about participation, it's about awareness, about knowledge, skills, and attitudes. So I summarized the main terms about education sustainability in this slide. We have 7 principles of education for sustainable development. If we want to achieve the sustainable development, we have to focus about these 7 principles of education. For any country, it's very important. Number 1, it's about transformation and change. What we mean by transformation and change? People should be empowered to make changes in the lives of themselves, their schools, and their local communities. Education for sustainable development is not objective, it's a goal. It's to strive towards taking action for a sustainable future. Number 2, it's about partnership for change. We need to work together to create change. Schools need to team up with each other. Governments need to partner up with community groups, and we all need to work together with the goal of creating a sustainable future. We cannot work separately. No, we have to work together. Also, it's about participation. We need to all be participants in striving to a more sustainable world. So, education sustainable development encourages inquiry-based and project-based learning, in which we are empowered to learn by taking action. Another important principle, which it's about critical thinking. Things are not going too well known. Now, the world is on the path to climate catastrophe, so we need to educate people to think critically and to find new ways to doing things and new solutions to get back on track to sustainability. Also, it's about a better future. We should be working towards a future in which we can live in balance and harmony. Another principle is about system thinking. This is a term that means we are all interconnected. That's all it means. So don't overthink it. How are we connected? Well, educators would argue that political system, economic system, and cultural system are all connected. We are connected to each other and the environment, and we will think and swim together. And the final principle is lifelong learning for all. Education for sustainable development doesn't just take place in schools. It takes place in formal and informal learning environments all over the place, including in workplaces, community meetings, sporting clubs, and so forth. It is for young, middle-aged, and old. and learning about it never ends. Thank you all for your attention. Looking forward to see you again. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for your insightful sharing, my dear sister, Professor
Thank you.
Dr. Neyara.
Thank you, dear
Uh,
brother.
that's I can conclude that ESD, or education for sustainable development, equip the individual with the knowledge, skill, and value, and also attitude needed to address the global challenges such as climate change, resources depletion, and social inequality. So, as Teddy, based on your presentation just now, promote a holistic approach to learning, encouraging critical thinking, the problem solving, and the collaboration across discipline, I think. And this one also empower the student to become agent of change, capable to make an informed decision that contribute to a more sustainable and equitable future. And by the fostering an understanding of interconnection between the environmental, economic, and the social system, I think based on your presentation, that's ESD, how the student of all ages actively participate in creating the solution for sustainable development on both local and a global scale. Thank you so much. That's really wonderful and insightful. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, maybe do you have we have one or two questions from the floor. You may raise your hand or open your mouth, your microphone, or type your question in the chat box, please.
Can I add something, dear brother,
Yeah,
Professor Ed.D?
yeah.
I want to add that you work in conference and the colleagues. It's type of this is a good
SED.
work for the education and the quality education, because we are working together. This is what is happening. We are sharing experience with each other. So thank you that you are raising equality of education, you and our respective colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you so much. Okay, we have one question from the floor, my dear professor. So, what role can educator play in fostering critical thinking and ethical decision making among the student to promote sustainable practice both locally and globally?
I'm sorry,
The
can you
role,
again, please?
what role can educator play in SSD, ESD?
The role for what, please?
Role of educator
Yeah.
uh, in fostering the critical thinking in
Oh,
education for sustainable development.
yeah. Actually, I think the educator have an agreed role. It's about you focus about critical thinking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they have a big role because educators have different experience. As
Yeah.
I explained before, that we have to work together. So when we are working together, we will get new solutions for problem. For example, my background is engineering. Another one, his background is economic. So when we are working together, we can get new solutions for problem. Okay, this is about having critical thinking. It cannot be done alone. It should be done when we are working together, because if I'm working alone with my background, if it is a strong background, but it's only in engineering, right? So I will get critical thinking in one way. But when we are working together, okay, in different backgrounds. So we will create new solutions to get us back to track to sustainability. We will get new problem solving, new solving for our problem. This is what we call the critical thinking. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear professor. I think that's the limitation of time for discussion for your turn, my dear professor. So thank you so much for your accepting our invitation and sharing your enlightening presentation. That's really great. In the name of graduate program of Universitas Negeri Makassar, they thank you so much. Thank you, and
Thank
thank
you
you
so much. It was my
for
pleasure
your
and honor.
presentation. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, dearest brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so let's move to the next speaker in our event today. We welcome Dr. Fides de Castillo, Ed.D. from De La Salle University, Manila, Philippines. Good afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon, Professor Andy, and thank you for the invitation. And of course, good afternoon to Professor Romancia, to the Universitas Negeri Makassar, and all the organizers. So allow me to start and share my presentation, if that's all right with you.
I'm sure, Professor.
Okay.
Please.
So, like what Dr. Neyara mentioned a while ago, I will also be focusing on education for sustainable development and next generation. And I think this is the main theme of your conference, of your public lecture. So, as mentioned a while ago, I am from De La Salle University here in Manila, the Philippines. I hope that next time we will also be inviting you in our university and be able to, meet each other in the Philippines.
In
I'm all
collaboration, we plan, my dear
yes.
professor, to conduct the MOU between Universitas Negeri Makassar and also your university.
Oh, that's great to know. That's great to hear. Thank you so much. And of course, I'm also part of a network of professional researchers and educators. We do have some networks in terms of collaboration. So why am I sharing this? Because we are all part of the educational system and we are part of the different universities. So therefore, we have a role, a specific role that we do in order to attain these sustainable goals. Dr. Neyara a while ago shared with us the different sustainable goals and focusing on the quality of education. So I will not be dealing more of this because she was able to mention this a while ago. But I'd like to focus on the main objective of SDG 4, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote life learning opportunities for all. It was also mentioned a while ago that these are actually the problems that we are facing now. I think this is not only a problem in the ASEAN region, not only in Indonesia, not only in the Philippines, but basically in the whole world, that the world is falling up far behind in achieving quality education. And hopefully by 2030, there should be 84 million children and youth should be out of school. There should also be 300 million students who will actually lack basic numeracy literacy skills. And currently, we have 1 in 6, 1 out of 6 countries. It hopes to achieve universal secondary school completion target. So these are actually some of the problems and additional measures that we have to do by 2030. And looking at the pandemic in 2020 to 2022, there has been a delay, a lot of losses in terms of the quality education achievement. Now, it also says here that the primary and secondary completion rates are rising. So, but the pace is slow and uneven. So that means from 2015 up to 2021, somehow the number of graduates from elementary to secondary is actually increasing. However, it's very slow. So that means our role, the educational institution's role, are very important. Definitely in your own university, you might be asking also, how many first-year students are actually enrolling in Universitas Negeri Makassar? I also asked that in my university, in De La Salle University. And how many from these first-year students will actually graduate from our university? So this is a big question. And these are the things that SDG4 is actually would like to answer. Now, these are the targets, and Dr. Neyara shared already about the different targets. But I would like to focus on the different data that we have in the ASEAN region. I'd like to go with the ranked educational system in Southeast Asia. There are 10 countries in Southeast Asia, and the number one country in the ASEAN region in terms of educational system is Singapore, followed by Malaysia. We have Thailand, your country, my country, and then followed by Vietnam, Cambodia, and Myanmar. So if we will be looking at this ranking, we could say that really all the countries are trying their best to come up with, quality education. And here, if we will be looking at this data, this is from the ASEAN community, and they said that these are the 15 best countries for education, particularly in Asia. Number one is in Japan, next is Singapore, and so on. We can find also our countries here. The Philippines and Indonesia are also here. We have the Saudi Arabia. And I think looking at this data, we could really say that somehow our own countries are trying their best to really be ranked and to be ranked globally. This is actually a rank based on a perception-based global survey. And this was done in 2020. Hopefully, by 2024, we can still see our countries being preferred to be the best country for education in Asia. Now, UNESCO is one also of the supporting organization for the SDGs. So UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And it actually has been the lead in the United Nations agency in pushing the education for sustainable development. Now, they said that there should be, in every country, priority for education should be a number one, way for us to move forward. And they said that making education and training systems more equitable and inclusive, leaving no one behind. I'd like to focus on leaving no one behind. So that means education is actually for everybody, even though we have disabilities, even those who are confined in their own homes should have access to education. That means everyone, children to adults, women or men, or those who those who are disabled should also have that opportunity for education. So I think this is something that we have to reflect on. The next one is eradicating illiteracy. I don't know if you have this experience, but in the Philippines, in our country, we still have people who cannot read they cannot read what is written in the newspaper or even in the grocery. For example, they will be buying some stuff. They cannot read, so they need to have assistance. Literacy is very important, and this can only be taught inside the schools, inside educational system. So that means everybody should really be able to read and write and to have critical thinking and analysis. Next is priorities for education. That includes migrants, that includes displaced person and refugees in education and training system. So that means all of us, we are, requested to look for this sector in our educational system. So for example, in your university, maybe there are some foreign students who are studying in Negeri Makassar. In De La Salle, there are about 5% of foreign university students who are studying, and we make sure that they are given importance by helping them support with their visas, with how they adjust in the system in the Philippines. No? So maybe these are some of the things that we can do. Providing training systems or maybe orientation, body system for them. Next is providing quality gender responsive education and training. So that means prioritizing equality among all students. Sometimes, based on data as well, there are a lot of women, who is studying in the universities. A lot of, the number is more than male. However, in terms of looking at the support given to male and female, there are still discrepancies. And maybe these are some things that we can actually, again, look and be able to reflect on in the different programs that we have in our own education and school activities. Next is strengthening education for global citizenship and sustainable development. There are a lot of international conferences. There are also a lot of collaborations. So I think what we need is not only written in papers, but actually concrete examples of, global citizenship, of collaboration between different countries and different universities so that we can help one another. It's very important that we have to benchmark with the best practices of the universities abroad so that we will be able to bring in new knowledge for our university so that we can develop and we can strengthen our core, our university system. We can also have provide open, flexible, and responsive education and training system to meet new skill needs. I know one university, this is in South Africa, what they do is they only offer online classes for all college and graduate students. Would you believe that their students is about 300,000 students for one academic year, but everybody is doing online classes. So I think we can, provide something that can reach out even to those who cannot attend face-to-face classes. So prioritizing education, even both in face-to-face, in person, or online courses, or maybe a hybrid session will be a very good way in order for us to continue with this development. The next one in terms of priorities for education is improving teachers, educators, trainers, and school leaders, providing training programs for our teachers some universities, they do have faculty benefit or faculty engagement by which the faculty can attend conferences abroad and they will provide funding for them. Some of them
Are you still there, Madi Professor? I think there's unstable connection. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still waiting for the coming from Dr. Fides de Castillo. The now she is in unstable connection, kindly wait. So, Dr. Fides de Castillo just now present about the education for sustainable development, where I think she emphasizes the importance of equipping individual with the skill and knowledge needed to address the global challenges such as climate change, inequality, and also the resource management. And she highlighted UNESCO's SAD framework, which prioritize inclusive education, lifelong learning, and the global citizenship. And I think the last before she leave, I think she also discussed the need for flexible and responsive educational system that can adapt to new skill demand in the area of education 5.0. Good. Hello, dear professor. Are you there? And also, she stresses the importance of empowering youth, improving the quality of education, and fostering international cooperation to promote sustainable development in an interconnected world, where just now presented and shared by Dr. Neyara Radwan. Ladies and gentlemen, we warm welcome also to all the leadership of Universitas Negeri Makassar. We welcome to the Vice Dean Pro, Bapak Dr. Santidar. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for your coming.
Well done, man. Congratulations for this public lecture. This is amazing. This is fantastic work. This is
Thank you.
need to be more conducted in this academic world. This is what's the best to be university like in international situation. And what happened to the Castillo Ed.D? This is my friend.
I think that's unstable connection in the Philippines, dear professor. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe we move to the third speaker. We also join now Dr. HABSAH BINTI Muhammad SABLI, who has the head of research innovation and commercialization unit at the Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. Terima kasih banyak, Doctor, for accepting this invitation. Long time not to see you. I think the last we visit together in 2 years ago in the Tekon in the Sarawak, right?
2023 last year lah,
Oh
Dr.
yeah, last year, yes, last year in Sarawak. That's unforgettable moment to visit some city in Malaysia, represented Politeknik Negeri Nunukang
Yeah.
bersama. Yes, I went to KK Kota Kinabalu, starting in the Kuala Lumpur and then to Sarawak, and then flight to KK, and then flight to Tao, and then by sea to
Is it?
go to the Nunukan. Thank you. So that's really unforgettable experience for me. Thank you so much.
Maybe
I think
we can meet next year, Doctor. We can meet next year.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. I think that's really thanks for your coming, and then the screen is here, the dear doctor. Thank you.
I am very sorry I got disconnected. Thank you so much for your patience. May I request to share my screen?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, Dr. Fides is here now. I'm really sorry, Dr. HABSAH, for this inconvention. So there's unstable connection just now in the Philippines, I think.
Oh,
After,
yeah.
yeah.
I am very
Yes,
sorry. I'm very
yeah.
sorry. Let me just continue. This will just be a very short presentation. Yeah. So again, thank you so much for your understanding and for, I got disconnected because of my internet connection. So I'm sorry for that. Now, just to continue with the presentation. So as mentioned, one of the priorities for education is trying to strengthen education for global citizenship and sustainable development. And of course, we try to have the all providing open, flexible, and responsive education and training. It's here where I finished a while ago. So trying to improve teachers, educators, trainers, and school leaders. So that means we need to give opportunities for our faculty members to continue with their development. So that means research is important. For our university, there are 3 important things. Number 1 is teaching. So we need to improve in teaching. The second one is we need to do research, because this is part of, improving the quality of teaching by producing research for our students and for the community. And the third one is community engagement. That means we have to give something, our time, our skills for the community, so that we will be able to engage ourselves in the community. And of course, increasing investment in education. If we want to prioritize education, we need to have budget. We need to have investment for education. So that means we need to make sure that the facilities are well kept. We need to make sure that the materials that we will be using for teaching is good. And of course, for the faculty, investment includes trying to come up with training programs for ourselves. For the students, we can invest in education by enrolling, continuing, and finishing our programs. That's how we invest in education. So what are the concrete policy implementation? We have to go beyond averages. We need to go beyond access. And of course, we know we need to go beyond basics. So that means we need to go beyond human rights. Going beyond schooling, because this lifelong learning opportunities for all. Go beyond education, because it will build stronger partnership. And go beyond countries. So we need to go out of our countries, so that, or maybe not only our countries, but within the four walls of our classroom, so that we will be able to meet with the organizations, with government officials. Now, to conclude this, there are just three things that I'd like to, share for us to reflect on. Number one, we need to build capacities for educators and trainers. So that means for administrators, for those who will be leading, we need to have this kind of training, capacity building for all. Next is we have to empower the young people. That includes our students. That means our students should also give their knowledge in order for them to contribute to the sustainable development. And lastly, institutional, global, and interagency coordination and cooperation, like what Professor Andy has been doing, and some of you have been doing, trying to collaborate with one another so that we can learn from each other and be able to connect with each other. So again, thank you so much for your time and for your patience. Thank you, Professor Andy, for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Fides, for your insightful presentation. I think your presentation emphasizes the importance of equipping individual with the skill knowledge needed to address the global challenges such as inequality and resource management, and also the UNESCO ESD framework, which prioritize inclusive education, life learning, and global citizenship. And you're close with the importance of empowering the young in improving the quality of education and the fostering international cooperation to promote the sustainable development in an interconnected world. That's really fruitful presentation, dear Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a question? You may raise your hand. Okay, we honor to have the question from the floor, dear Professor, from the Vice Dean of the this university. We invite Dr. Santidar, Andi Santidar, timeshare Professor.
Thank you, moderator Pak Andi Asrifan. Andi Asrifan is one of an agile newcomer lecturers. He's just a newly appointed lecturer, Professor Del Castillo. And he's my relative. Unfortunately, he's my relative. Thank you. Your presentation is really inspiring us about how teacher, probably your case in the Philippines. You put a lot of great points about the point about education, especially in systemicity in education. As your title, probably Doctor of Education. That's one of the. I'm also gaining Doctor of Education, Dr. Ed.D. from Australia. Yes, my question is, one of your quote is leaving no behind program. Now, my question is, I would like to know how is the government, Philippine government, I don't know, is it university or Philippine government, to support the Philippine education, particularly university educations. For example, like funding or something like that. I understand that no money, no honey means that no funding, it's hard to move on. So for this occasion, I would like to know how is the support of the local government to your university, especially in funding or whatever the name is. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor Samtidar. I am really happy to meet you. And even though it's online, yes, it's really good to know about this, the situation in our own context. Now, here in the Philippines, I'm not sure if you're hearing a lot of politics in the news. There have been changes in the Department of Education. The head of Department of Education has been, changed recently. But the government has been really supportive of the students in terms of leaving no one behind. So, for
Wow.
example, we have students, a lot of students right now. There is a high case of students with special needs. Like, for example, those with autism, those with global delay, those with speech delay. So one of the activity that the government is actually doing is to provide a specific education for students with special needs. So they are given a classroom or given a specific education intended for them. Now, how do we go about with this? There are also some teachers, educators who are trained for special education. So the Philippine Normal University, for example, we have here in De La Salle University, we have programs, we have specific programs that actually caters and teach teachers to teach and handle special children. So these are actually given, although there are also some private schools who actually offer students education for special needs, but they charge a higher tuition fee. But for the government, that is free of charge. So that means these are given for free. Education is for free for the public schools, and support is given for them.
Is your university private university or state university?
We are a private
Oh,
university.
you're a private university. Okay.
Yes.
Means that you can self-funding. Yeah, I mean, you work
Yes.
harder than state university, for example. Higher.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your really excellent quotes about education. Thank you, the moderator.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Professor.
much for the fruitful question, my dear professor. One more question from the floor, ladies and gentlemen. I think no questions so far. Thank you so much, Professor Fides, for your insightful presentation again. Warm regards from our leadership of Universitas Negeri Makassar. Thank you for
Thank you.
accepting our invitation. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, so let's move to the next next speaker. We have joined Dr. HABSAH BINTI Muhammad Sabli, who has the head of Research, Innovation and Commercialization Unit at Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. Just now, I think I introduced, but we have the problem in connection previously from Dr. Fides. Dr. HABSAH, I think time's the screen for you, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the moderator, Dr. Andi, for invite me to join this public speaking. It's honor for me also for joining this, and thanks also to the director, deputy director, deans from University Negeri Makassar. Okay, I'm Dr. HABSAH binti Muhammad Sabli. Okay, I'm from Politeknik Mukah, Malaysia. Okay, so about my speech, okay, I will share some of the sustainability in Politeknik Malaysia. Let me share. Okay. Can you see my screen, Doctor?
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
This is still not visible.
Not visible.
Yeah. Would you like to share again? I
Mm.
think you are co-host right now.
Oh, was okay. Share.
Yeah.
I think I share this desktop already, bah. Is it share desktop? Is it, Doctor?
Not visible. There's masih belum
Belum ya?
belum
I
nampak ya, belum nampak.
Sekejap okay. Zoom. Okay. Can you see, Doctor? Still cannot kah?
Masih belum tampak. Untuk untuk antisipasi, you may send me your slide.
Okay, hold on. Why they cannot share? Okay, this one. Okay, can.
Oh ya, try. Oke, sudah tampak.
Okay.
Oke, perfect.
Okay, start is it?
Oke.
Got it.
Slide. Click the slideshow.
Okay, slideshow. Okay, sorry.
Iya.
They blocked by apa? Can you see, Doctor?
Yeah.
Okay, see it.
That's visible now. Okay.
So
Would you like to try to move to next slide?
Okay, can?
Okay. Let's move. Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
this one. Okay, so I'm Dr. HABSAH from Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak. So the word Politeknik, as you know, is a TVET institution. So I would like to share what we are doing in our TVET institution for this SDG, for sustainability development. Okay. So as you know, both of the speaker, Dr. Neyara and Dr. Castillo, already gave speech on the number 4, quality education. I think all of our institution and we are focusing on number 4, okay, quality education. I don't want to talk about the number 4 because Dr. Neyara and Dr. Castillo also already share what is the importance of number 4. So as you know, sustainable development, okay, define that meet the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs, okay. So this Brundtland Commission in 1987. So as we know, the sustainable development SDG is very important. The key pillar, the important one is for the economic, social, and environmental. Okay, so like we see right now, our I think not only in Malaysia, I think global. What happened right now is climate change. It really like worried lah. Okay, we have to worry with the climate change. So this is SDG is important. Okay, to protecting and managing natural resource, ensuring minimal harm to ecosystem. So this is overall, we know we have 17 SDG, okay? So a lot in education, we are focused on number 4 lah, quality education. So what is our role for us? I will more close up to my TVET institution because TVET is institution in Malaysia is one of the important institution that provide semi-skilled level to the market. Okay, so TVET role in sustainability development in Malaysia. Okay, so we are using TVET equipped student with practical skill. Okay, we are the one who provide practical skill. Okay, for the industry, okay, especially in high demand sector as a green technology, renewable energy, and sustainable manufacturing. Okay, so we also focus on the skill for the future economy. So right now, TVET, all of our TVET are focusing for the green technology. So environmental development, okay, we have a training individual in eco-friendly practice such as energy conservation, waste reduction, and use of renewable resource. Okay, so in our Polytechnic and college community, Polytechnic lah for sure, we have a green technology education. So this is the subject, okay, the curriculum is designed, okay, to because we know how important is SDG to our country, okay. Through training in sustainability agriculture, water management, and pollution control, TVET graduates are equipped to address pressing environmental challenge. Okay, this is what also important. TVET promote inclusive education, offering access to the education for marginalized groups and communities. Okay, for you all know, in a polytechnic and college community is one of the institution, state institution, our government institution that are very, the fees are very cheap. Okay, so we are helping the, how to say, like in Malaysia, we call it B40 lah, the people who are need for the education. Yeah, this because the fees is very low compared to other institution, but we offer the best education for the student. Okay, so this is one of our target lah. Okay, TVET foster community engagement by encouraging students to apply their skill to solve local challenges such as improving waste management in rural areas or designing sustainable infrastructure. So a brief TVET institution. I'm focusing on more on Polytechnic lah. So Polytechnic TVET in Malaysia, we have 36 Polytechnic and 130 for college community. Okay, so it's quite a big number lah in Malaysia. Okay, institution like Polytechnic and vocational college offer program. Okay, we offer certificate, diploma, and degrees in various technical and vocational fields. Okay. Role of Polytechnic and Community College in Malaysia ecosystem. Okay, we also cater to national labor need, engineering, information technology, manufacturing, and business. Okay, so our contribution to sustainable development. Okay, we integrating green skill into the curriculum. Okay, so Polytechnic had developed a workspace. Okay. So, you know, so United Nations is more on SDG 4. So in Malaysia, the 12 Malaysia plans, okay, in Malaysia, we have 12 Malaysia plan that offer structured roadmap for integrating SDG into special TVET program. Okay, this is the number 4. I think I can, no need to elaborate. Prof. Neyara and Castillo already elaborate is, I think they elaborate more lah, okay, already elaborate. So, but in Polytechnic, okay, we focus on SDG 8 also, decent work and economic growth, providing job-ready skill for decent employment. SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, encouraging innovation in industrial development, including the use of emerging technologies like IoT and AI, okay. And then we also use SDG 17 partnership, establishing strong partnership with industry and educational institution for research and development, R&D. Okay. Beside SDG 4 in TVET institution right now, we are go direct to SDG 8, SDG 9, and SDG 17. So as our Malaysia education blueprint to 2015 to 2025, okay, what is important, the aim of our TVET to make it follow the Malaysia education blueprint, okay, we come out with holistic entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial and balanced graduate, okay, maximize industry. Okay, we also go for talent excellence, okay, multi-track career, okay, path and providing relevant guidelines for effective TVET delivery. Okay, we also lifelong learners, okay, And then the quality of TVET graduates, okay, through industry involvement in curriculum design and delivery to meet current industry needs, okay. So this is the case study of two polytechnic in Malaysia, their implement of SDG, okay. So this one is Polytechnic Ungku Omar, our first polytechnic in Malaysia, okay. They practice such as solar power and LED lighting across campus to reduce carbon footprint, okay. We also have Polytechnic Sultan Salahuddin Abdul-Aziz Shah in Shah Alam, okay, launched a green technology curriculum focusing on renewable energy and sustainable infrastructure development. So green technology curriculum, okay, have our implement since 2020 after COVID, I think, course related to solar panel installation, energy efficiency, and suitable urban planning. So green technology is one of the part in SDG, the most important part also lah, okay. So important of integrating green technology in TVET curriculum, okay. Because our TVET, we are skill level. So when we come for skill level, is actually in manufacturing, okay. The student or the workers have to know, okay, how to manage the waste management, okay. This is very important lah. That's why the curriculum have been implemented in our polytechnic, okay. Align TVET program with global trend towards sustainable industrial practice, okay. Preparing students for the green economy, okay. Training in area like solar, wind power, eco-friendly and manufacturing process, okay. So course on green technologies and sustainable waste management in collaboration with the industry expert, okay. We are going with the industry. For the information, okay, in Sarawak, in Kuching, we come out with the renewable energy. Our TVET student will come out and work for the renewable, focus on the renewable energy. So this is Malaysia Green Technology Policy. Okay, we focus on the until 12 Malaysia Plan and Beyond 2021. Okay, this is from 2009. Okay, 2009, the National Technology Policy was launched by Prime Minister in 2009. Okay, we have energy, environment, economic, and social. So Polygreen Blueprint. Okay, we in Politeknik Mukah, in Politeknik Malaysia, we have Polygreen Blueprint 2015 to 2020, initial launch to promote green practice within Polyteknik. And then another one, we have a Green Polytechnic Community College Blueprint 2001 to 2026, an updated version that integrate all 70 SDG with 7 focus area. So this is what we implement in our polytechnic lah. We have the green campus, okay. We have a green curriculum, green community, green research, and green culture. In my polytechnic, not only Mukah, so every first month, okay, on Tuesday is a green day, okay. Everyone have to park their vehicles or their car in one place, and we have to walk around the campus, okay. This is to reduce the carbon, okay. Not only that, we go for the Polytechnic also organize the forum and conference in green technology, okay. And then we also do some of our how to say we will have one day, okay, we go for the green campus program, okay. This is what the implementation in Polytechnic lah, okay. But what I'm sharing is what happened in my Polytechnic lah, green smart green lah, the activity what the smart green doing in Polytechnic Mukah. So although that we also have the challenge in implementing the green, okay. So funding constraint. This is, I think, every institution we have the funding constraint, okay. So implement green is good, but in terms of funding, okay, that will happen lah. Awareness and capacity building, okay. Limited awareness among educator and student about the importance of sustainability. Okay, infrastructure limited. Okay, outdated facility that do not support modern sustainability practice. Okay, the challenge that we have facing. Okay, we have developed specialized curriculum. Okay, lack of trained educator with expertise in green technology and sustainability development practice. So policy, so ESD in Tibet. Okay, overview of Malaysian government policy, national green technology. Okay, so carbon, reducing the carbon footprint. The policy support the integration of sustainability into education system. Okay, Tibet specific policy. Okay, so green skill and eco-literacy into the Tibet curriculum. And then we also have Tibet guideline related to sustainability. Okay, energy efficient practice, resource conservation and sustainability goals in Tibet program. So core competency for sustainability careers, as you all know, we have to go for critical thinking and problems that solving. We have to adapt, okay, and adjust to changing green technologies and industry demands, okay. So collaborative skills, okay, working in teams to achieve sustainability goals and develop community-based solution. So we have curriculum redesign, example incorporating sustainability in Tibet. So student on environmental challenge, okay, climate change and resource management. Okay, we have resource management courses, okay, water conservation, sustainable agriculture, and waste reduction. So we also use digital and blended learning model, okay, concept reducing paper waste and carbon footprint, okay, visual simulation of green technology application in industries such as renewable energy. So how do our future of Tibet, okay, in this SDG, okay? So how Tibet can we contribute to achieving Malaysia's sustainability goals by 2030, okay? We go for upskilling, okay, and then we have conservation, sustainable manufacturing, and green building, okay? So curriculum, okay, imaging the green technologies such hydrogen fuel cell and smart green, okay? Future trends in Tibet, okay, AI and automation in sustainability practice, okay, so circular economy, circular economy principles integrate into Tibet training programs. So we are preparing our next generation, okay, skill and mindset, okay, we have to preparing the student for the mindset. And then we have to go for the awareness, okay, for this SDG, okay, resource efficiency, environmental stewardship, and long-term planning, okay. So we have a technical skill, okay, so knowledge, energy technologies, waste management, and environmental friendly production, okay. So the role of Tibet in preparing generation for green economy roles. But we have to align education demand, okay, with the sustainable practice in industry like construction, manufacturing, and agriculture. So conclusion, okay, for all of this, okay, so Tibet, okay, our Tibet institution is equipping students with the skill required for sustainable future. Okay, we adopt the green technology and sustainability practice. Okay, so we call for the policy, the educators, government, okay, to integrate sustainability into the Tibet. Okay, policy makers also need to support, okay, to promote sustainability, and educators should innovate their teaching method to foster sustainability competency. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your fruitful presentation, my dear doctor. That's really insightful. And just now you you share the best practice from the vocational education and technical and vocational education and training, the TVET in Polytechnic Malaysia. That's I think that's aimed to equip the student with the skill, knowledge, and the value necessary to contribute to sustainable development. And I conclude some slides from your presentation just now that TVET in Malaysia emphasizes hands-on learning and practical skill that address the demand of the evolving job market while incorporating sustainability principle. And through the curriculum reform and industry collaboration, and Polytechnic integrate the green technology, I think, sustainable practice and eco-friendly innovation into the program. And think your uh, present that based on this approach, I think that's ensure that the graduated are not only prepared for the workforce, but also contribute to the sustainable economic growth, environmental conservation, and societal well-being in Malaysia. That's really wonderful and best practice for us, not only for the neighbor country Indonesia, but also from some country around the globe. My dear doctor, thank you so much. That really wonderful presentation, ladies and gentlemen. We
Dr.
have
Dr.
yeah,
Ed, can I ask?
yeah,
I think your institution also doing the same, right? And for green
yes.
technology thing, because we are move forward to the sustainability. So
Mhm.
maybe like I share, it's just a surface lah. Okay, it's not. I think maybe your country is more advanced in this sustainability development.
Thank you so much. Uh, Now we move to next section, dear doctor. We have two questions from the chat box. I think you may see also in the chat box from Mr. Rusdi. We have two here. The first one: how can education for sustainable development empower the student to take effective action in mitigating and adapting to climate change? That's the first. And the second, what are the key challenges in integrating climate change education into existing sustainable development curricula at different educational level? That's the question comes from Mr. Rudy. 10 times here, dear doctor.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Rudy, for the question. So what is we do right now? What is the important one? We have to raising the awareness and knowledge. Okay, that's why the knowledge and the awareness is come from our curriculum. So right now in Polytechnic Mukah, I think not only Polytechnic but in university also, we already come out with the syllabus and curriculum about SDG, and we all the topic that like me, they come like I'm teaching lah business project. The project every there will be information about SDG to the student. So when we can come up with the awareness, it's easy for us to develop this SDG lah. Okay. So we also promoting sustainability practice. Okay, like in our part. Okay, like we go for student. We have some they call EXA like how I want to say it's a green. Okay, so we ask student to participate with us for greening activities lah. For what we want to say, we cannot in campus you cannot drive car. In certain area we have our run for green run, and then the plastic bag the student cannot use the only can use the Tupperware. They cannot use the polystyrene. This is the way that we promoting. We adopt. We how to say we teach our student lah. Okay. So we also have support from our government, okay? So to implement green, and we also have collaboration from the industry. So like Politeknik Mukah, we have press metal, one of the big industry. They come to our Polytechnic and to what they said, Dr. Andi, to build the tanam pokok, Dr. Andi, to green the campus. They sponsor us to what we want to call, Dr. Andi, menanam pokok. What does it say,
Menanam
Dr.
pohon,
Andi?
ya.
Yeah,
Menanam
menanam
pohon,
pohon.
menanam
So
pohon, ya.
to green the campus. Okay, they sponsor us to green the campus. Okay, so we bring along our students. So this is one of the way lah. Okay, this answer your questions, Dr. Rudy?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's so I think we have the last question here in the chat box still from Mr. Rusdi. What are the key challenges in integrating climate change education into existing sustainable development curricula at a different educational level, especially in Polytechnic Mukah Sarawak, Malaysia, I think.
Yeah, we do have a challenge, Mr. Rudy, because we are different level. We have a different level of education. So like we say, like we embed with the climate change literacy in our curriculum also. Okay, fosters like change in our how to say, last time what we do, we have in Malaysia, we have Petronas, the call of our oil and gas company, Petronas. Petronas is come to university and they give us the student showing about what happened to the climate change. That's one of the thing that the collaboration between the industry and our polytechnic to how to say to what the idea how to we want to tell it to give our student understanding lah, but we cannot assure every student is understanding about the climate change, but we do have we help with the program lah, joining program with the the industry.
Okay, thank you. Terima kasih banyak Dr. HABSAH for your insightful presentation and sharing best practice from the Polytechnic Mukah Sarawak locally and the Malaysia globally. Thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak, terima kasih banyak. Hopefully, inshallah next year, I will in Malaysia too to join the next TechCon, I think.
Yeah. I will send the invitation letter to
Thank
your.
you. Still in Sarawak, betul.
Yeah.
Still in
But
the same place.
maybe lah, but I think they will come up. Maybe they're still in the same place, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe the other, not the same
Hostel.
place. There are
Yes.
hotel different stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. That's really honor to join for the next second, inshallah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still calling for the next presenter that we have Dr. Ahmed Obaid from the University of Kufa, Iraq, who will discuss his work on leveraging education for peace and sustainable development in the technology computer exactly will effective for this sustainable development. But unfortunately, just now I call him. He is in the very important meeting in his university, Kufa, Iraq, uh, and that's accidentally 30 minutes ago.
Maybe
Maybe
we
we
have time for Ibu Dr. HABSAH.
Yeah.
Ask question. Maybe we still have spare time.
Dr.
While
HABSAH.
waiting the Iraqi presenter.
Dr. HABSAH, are you still there?
While waiting for
Dr. Ahmed J. Obaid.
Dr. Ahmed, the Iraqi.
Yeah,
Kufa.
the Iraqi, from the Kufa University of Iraq. Dr.
Yeah,
HABSAH,
yeah, while waiting.
yeah.
It's slowly gone.
Dr. HABSAH, Assalamualaikum. Untuk Bapak dan Ibu semua hanya memastikan untuk telah melakukan registrasi sebagaimana yang ada di checkbox. Hanya memastikan ya Bapak dan Ibu, atau kemudian segera kami akan kirimkan link sertifikat untuk Bapak dan Ibu nanti download sebagaimana apa sistem yang automatically yang kami telah akan sharekan. Jadi nanti tinggal cek nanti namanya. Setelah itu nanti di-download sesuai dengan petunjuk yang kami berikan. Dr. HABSAH.
Yeah, sorry, Doctor.
Oh yeah, we are really sorry. We still have a question
I go to
from.
another place. Okay, yeah.
No, we're so sorry. So while we're waiting for the Dr. Ahmed Jobaid from the Kufa University, so we still have questions from Dr. Andi Samtidar, who is the Vice Dean for the Faculty of Language and Literature in Universitas Negeri Makassar. So time share, dear Professor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. This is a great opportunity for me to listen a very inspiring talk, very fantastic from different globe, from different places. And Dr. HABSAH is from Malaysia, our neighboring country. Welcome online to our academic discussions, and this is a great opportunity. Well, has the one that you mentioned that you're from Tibet is about vocational in Malaysia, especially in Sarawak, from our neighboring one Borneo country. So we share the same island with Indonesia. So, all right, okay, great. You're from Tibet, from vocational education. I would like to know how the government or the university to maintain the employability of the students. How do you? Because I know in Indonesia is also some students choose university to be very general knowledge or something like that. Some students choose Polytechnic because they want to work after. I was wondering how Malaysians polytechnics to maintain employability of the students or the graduate or the alumni of the polytechnics. Is it difficult or is it easy to get a job after graduate from Polyteknik in Mukah, Sarawak? Ibu Dr. HABSAH, thank you very much for the presentations.
Thank you, Dr. Samtida. Okay, like Dr. said lah, our TVET, for Dr. information lah, with TVET in Malaysia is not as strong as Polyteknik lah. For example, it's very easy lah, Politeknik Negeri and Politeknik in Malaysia. So what I see that we have collaborate lot of with Politeknik Negeri in Indonesia, like Politeknik Negeri Pontianak, Polsri, and Politeknik Negeri Jakarta. This is one of our collaborator lah in Indonesia. Like I said, Polyteknik in Indonesia is more stronger than Polyteknik in Malaysia because they are stand-alone. For me, like Polyteknik in Malaysia, we is under Ministry of Jabatan Pengajian Pendidikan Politeknik. We are centralized. The curriculum will be all the same to others from Polyteknik and Polyteknik. We not building our own curriculum. And then so this one we are centralized. Everything is come from the HQ. But in terms of the TVET employability, so we are one of the what they said, we Dr. tahu pisang goreng, pisang goreng. our employability rate is about 96 or 97% in polytechnic student. So if we go for polytechnic, the perception of people there will just say polytechnic will easy to get a job because we are in, I think, like we are in diploma level, mostly in diploma level. So when we see the hierarchy of the industry, there's not many boss kan, doktor kan, tapi kulinya banyak, betul kan? The hierarchy will be like that. So, and then we also come up with the collaboration with the industry. So in Sarawak, the big company like metals, so like we have a big company lah coming to our polytechnic, and then the student will go for practical training, and then after the practical training, they will absorb to the company. That will be happen in our polytechnic lah. So actually in engineering fields, that's so easy for them to get the job because the market, the demand, and then right now the government policy all looking for the TVET. Okay, they're promoting TVET. In this year, we are quite famous lah. Okay, they're promoting TVET. They know TVET is we did the skill level. Okay, after the COVID-19 pandemic, the economy become growth, and then we have a lot of the business. And then what they do is they're promoting TVET. Not only polytechnic, we also have a lot of university they offer TVET also, like UTM, UTHM. They also offer TVET lah. Like us, for our maintain that is by joining with the industry. Okay, we our student giving chance to do practicals, and then they after their practical they get absorbed to the company lah. So that's why one of the method lah in Polytechnic Malaysia. Okay, doctor.
Excellent answer. Excellent, very
I think
comprehensive.
same, right, doctor? Is it same, right? I think same, right? In everywhere, Polytechnic
Yeah,
also like that,
in
right?
Indonesia, Polytechnic is more concise with the technical, like engineering, and more sponsor. For example, PLN, the Indonesian National Electric big company, they more preferable going to Polytechnic rather than university. Well, I don't say that, but I don't want to say this could be in a hot seat in Indonesia if I say this. But yeah, what I mean is, yeah, but the preferable, the company who hire more to Polytechnic rather than university. I don't know, it's just only a case, some cases.
Same lah, doctor. They come up with the polytechnic, and then after their diploma, they get job. They don't want to further the study anymore. Okay, because they already get job. Like this. So we know in Malaysia the polytechnic is a second choice compared to the university, but is from the grade like that. That's a second choice lah. But the thing is, they study because they want to go for job. They study is not that they want to further the study. They still after. I asked my student after this you go further for degree. They said no, they want to go for job. So I don't know why the perception is like that lah. They prefer to go for job compared to further their study.
That sounds excellent. Yeah, the same thing happened. Yeah, but more women coming to polytechnics in Indonesia rather than men. I don't know. Is it also happen in Malaysia, in Sarawak? Is it more female students coming to polytechnic, or?
It's depend on the courses, doctor. Like us, we also have business, and then we have the secretary. But right now, secretary, doctor knows secretary, is it? The secretary, office secretary. Right now, men also joining secretary. They prefer to go for
That's
secretary.
a global issue, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank
Like
you very
us,
much.
it depend on the courses lah, doctor. But engineering mostly the dominant for men lah.
We don't have that particular secretary in Polytechnic, mainly engineering, but secretary is not really listed. Well, thank you very much for the excellent answer. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, moderator. So your background is, what is your background, Dr. HABSAH? Is it engineering or?
No, I'm a business doctor. I'm
Oh,
entrepreneurship.
you're a business, okay. For business background. Is it what is it, accounting or just normal?
Finance.
Oh, finance, okay. All right. Excellent.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Andi Santino for your caption, and then Dr. Hafsa for your response. Share your best practice in Politeknik Mukah, Sarawak, Malaysia. Dear participant, ladies and gentlemen, so I have called Dr. J. OBAID. So we regret to inform you that Dr. Ahmed J. OBAID from the University of Kufa, Iraq, will not able to attend the event due to an urgent meeting since 30 minutes ago in his university. So we sincerely apologize for this any inconvenience this may cause, and appreciate for your understanding. And thank you so much for your continued support for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you to all our speaker today for their enlightening presentation. And it has been a truly inspiring session with diverse perspective on how we can educate for a sustainable future. And then we hope this lecture has provided valuable insight and spark idea on how we can all contribute to sustainable development through especially in education. Before we conclude for this session, I would like to thanks again to all organizing committee. Thank you so much for your support and the leadership of Universitas Negeri Makassar for making this event possible, and all of you for your active participation, for your question, sharing your best practice. So we encourage to stay connected with us and continue this important conversation in your communities and institution. Before we close, we inform that the certificate we have provided the certificate based on your registration that we provide before. Uh, in the link, I think we have attached in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Jadi sertifikatnya sudah bisa di-download khusus untuk peserta di link yang telah kami berikan di chat box. Nanti tinggal dicek, ada nanti notifikasi di dalam untuk verifikasinya untuk masing-masing peserta untuk download di link tersebut. Thank you again, dear ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day ahead, inshallah. Nasru minallah wa fatul karib wa basyir mu'minin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Terima kasih banyak.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
you.